Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bangin with Mikey, episode 56. First week of the new year? Interesting. Very interesting. I'm professionally and personally, it's been an interesting week. Um, yeah. Uh who I'm already started on my goals for this year, so we're gonna keep moving with that. And I'm looking at my list right now, and as you can see, music program's open behind me, so we gonna get moving with that. So we just gonna have a productive day today. I mean, not that every day's not productive, but damn, it's hot. I said it every episode. I give this shit like 3 minutes of cool down, and it's still hot. I said it every episode. I noticed that. Anyway, man, making moves and just trying to adult, man, just trying to level up, man. The one thing I have done, I've kept what I'm doing to myself. I don't really need people's opinions, people's doubts, people's naysays, all that shit. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that in my circle. And only reason I'm saying that on my podcast is because it's like, oh yeah, another thing, man. Like, if y'all like the content, bro, like and subscribe to the channel. Just because I ran into a couple people who said he watched my channel and this and this and that, and I'm like, bro, won't you subscribe to it then? If you like the content, so, subscribe to what I'm talking about, right? Help me, help you, help a brother out. I'll put that in a rhyme. Help me, help you, help a brother out. With some reflection behind it. Anyway, man, I was watching Samantha Lee and Latavius Whitfield, yeah, on their IG last night, and I love when them two link up, man. It's like the energy in that room or the energy on that live is just insane, bro. But yeah, dog, is they was talking about they're answering a whole bunch of different questions, this and that, and basically they was talking about their attachment styles and all this other stuff, and Sam had said, like, well, I can't deal with somebody who has an avoidant attachment style, because I like to confront things head on and deal with it, and avoidant attachment styles, it's a psychological term. It's where you avoid conflict, and a lot of people, believe it or not, they have that attachment, where they don't want to ruffle feathers, they don't want to step on people's toes, this and that. But a lot of the times, man, not that you have to do that, but it's like when you're dealing with people like that, they get run over a lot. And I believe there's like 3 or 4 other attachment styles. I gotta go look it up, and the next podcast, I'm gonna talk. Matter of fact, let me look it up right now. It's gonna bug the hell out of me. Yeah, because knowing me, it's gonna drive me bonkers. Attachment styles. Attachment styles. Psychology. Yep. So different type of attachment styles is, well, are they gonna go on to this shit? Come on. Which is avoidant. We've talked about avoidant. Secure attachment, which obviously you guys can kind of see that secure is opposite of avoidant. Like believing it. Okay. Okay, yeah. Disorganized attachment. Matter of fact, let's all talk about all 4 of them. I ain't gonna move my joints on. I can look at the camera and read at the same time. Anyway, man. Yeah. Attachment styles, avoiding attachment. It's basically it all stems from childhood. So avoiding attachment. Where you don't interact with your caregiver, whether it's a babysitter, your mom, your dad, your siblings, or whatever it is. Um, um, so it's characterized with no seeking, with little to no tendency to seeking proximity within the mother. Meaning is that when your mother's in the room, you don't want to be next to her. Um, and some of this the characteristics or the signs of avoidance would be turning away, avoiding eye contact, etc., etc., and that just manifests into adulthood, right? Um, Group B, secure attachment. Um, Describe the secure attachment, the capacity to connect well and securely in relationships with others while having the capacity for autonomous action that's situationally appropriate. Secure attachment is characterized by trust, an adaptive response to being abandoned, and belief that one is worthy of self love. Basically, like I said, opposite of avoidance. Um, Believing it would be relationships that relationships that are categorized by concern that others will not reciprocate the one's desire for intimacy. This is caused by when an infant learns that their caregiver is unreliable and does not consistently provide responsive care towards their needs. Um, yeah. And last one is the organized disorganized attachment. Disorganized attachment is classified by children who display the sequences of behavior that lack readily observable goals or intentions, including obviously contradictory behaviors and or stilling or freezing moments. Maine and Solomon, the guys who wrote up this study in psychology.org, group D infants often had resolved attachment-related traumas, which caused the parents to display either frightened or frightening behaviors. In turn, resulting group D infants will be confused or forcing to rely on someone when they're afraid at the same time. There you go. And I am actually um group B. I'm very secure. You know, you ask one of my best friends, and she tell you like my girl would tell you like, you know, no, don't fuck with him because it's like he's he's capable of just keeping it moving and not giving a fuck about you. Uh and a lot of people may, like and I think everybody and see the thing with this mock up or with this write up is that people have a tendency to change within groups. That's what because psychology 101 states, and I always say this: anything learned can be unlearned. Um, if you didn't grow up in a household where love and affection was shown, uh, you're gonna like it's gonna take you a minute to figure this out. But once you figure it out, like everything's Gucci. And with that, man, it's like I think a lot of people is like what your circumstances don't make you who you are. You make you who you are. And I think a lot of people, man, is like they get stuck in this they get stuck in this cycle, in this rut, and it's like it really doesn't help you because it's like Kevin Hart famously said, it's like the world keeps moving, you know. You can't stay in that hurt forever. And it's true, you can't, like you can't be caught up in, oh, so and so don't like me, so and so did this, or so and so cheated on me, this and this and that, yada yada yada, boom 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 boom. And it's like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks to get lied to. It sucks to get cheated on. It sucks to have your trust shattered. But at the same time, if you stay in that hurt, the world gonna keep moving. And Getting back to my homegirl, man. That woman, God, well, man. People say I'm stubborn, bro. That girl, she drives me crazy. She drives me crazy because it's genuine love. On both ends. And I'm not speaking for her. That's like this is much as just my take on the situation. And it's like she drives me nuts. But you know what? She's a headache that I want to have. And believe it or not, man, it's like she, God, and we'll sit there and have conversations, and she'll be telling me something, and I'll be like, okay, like, but what didn't you do? What was your role in this? And she'd be like, Mikey, what? Yeah, like every action has a reaction, or every non-action still has a consequence. So what did or what didn't you do for the consequences to come your way? Uh, and it's true, man. I think everybody, adult attachment styles too. So let's go over that. I had no idea. Hmm. So adult attachment styles, um, secure, autonomous. It would be secure adults tend to hold a positive self-image and positive image of others, meaning that they both had a sense of worthlessness and an expectation of other people who were generally accepting and responsive. Adults who demonstrated secure attachment style during the attachment interview value relationships and framed impact the relationships on their personality. Interesting. Um, Secondly, they display a readiness of recalling and discussing attachment that suggested much reflection prior to the interview, i.e., me. Um, Notably, many secure adults may in fact experience negative attachment related events, but yet objectively they are able to objectively assess people and events and assign positive value to to relationships in general, i.e., me. Dismissing, avoiding attachment. Oh, like this is interesting because there's a lot of people out there who have this type of attachment. A dismissive, avoiding attachment style is just demonstrated by adults who hold a positive self-image and a negative self-image of others. Mm-hmm. Whereas the saying goes, expect disappointment, and never be disappointed. Not true. Um, they prefer to avoid close relationships and intimacy with others in order to to remain a sense of independence and invulnerability. Basically, layman's terms, they're afraid to trust people. This dismissive avoidant adults not experiencing distress associated with relationships and downplay the importance of attachment in general, viewing other people as untrustworthy. Again, basically, they have trust issues because they don't trust themselves. That's what it boils down to. Preoccupied attachment is an attachment style demonstrated by adults who are overly concerned with uncertainty of a relationship. Ooh, overthinkers. Preoccupied, overthinking. Preoccupied adults hold a negative self-image and a positive self-image of others, meaning they have a sense of unworthiness, but generally evaluate others positively. As such, they strive for self-acceptance by attempting to gain approval and validation from their from their relationships with significant others. They also require a higher level of contact and intimacy from relationships with others. Additionally, they were preoccupied with dependency on their own parents and still struggled to please them, i.e., Asian culture. And I mean that in a joke, but it's true. Um, Especially, I know a lot of people out there who are working, working jobs or going for careers that they have no, like every fiber in their being doesn't want them to do it. I knew a girl when we was in college. She actually went off and got into medical school, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, like what type of doctor you gonna be, this and this and that. And she said, like, yo, I'm literally just going to medical school because my parents want me to. And we was in our 20s. I'm like, so you gonna waste your 20s doing something you don't want to do just because it's your parents' profession, you know? And and then she said, yeah, what? I gotta make the parentals proud. I'm like, that's true, but no, it's like I've I've never understood that, and that comes from a preoccupied attachment. It's like you struggling to please others, and it's like, but yet you're trying to please others, but you're not even happy yourself. So to me, that doesn't make any sense. And I think with me, man, is like with with my things I love to do, my certifications, and everything else. I just think that it's imperative that people realize that, yo, a lot of the times, excuse me, a lot of the times people will put their own fears onto you, saying what you can and can't do or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they think, man. I'm 33 years old. I am only now, not that I'm discovering what I want to do, but I always knew ever since I was a kid, like, yo, music was it. You know, music was this, music was that. It's like, oh, I swear to God, I must have ran through so many headphones, growing up, because iPods, well, before they had phones where they could play music on them, we had iPods. Matter of fact, where is my shit? I probably still have it here somewhere. It's gotta be here somewhere. Anywho, I can't find it, but yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, man. I think a lot of the times, bro. A lot of people will talk you out of doing shit. It's because they can't see you doing it, because they can't see themselves doing it. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think or whatever they say, because at the end of the day, we're all put on here to do one thing, and that is to follow your dreams. Like work on your passion, and just overall just be a good fucking human being. Like, don't sit there and be like, oh, like, woe is me, this and this and that, because, like, bro, nobody cares, man. But you know, there's a Denzel Washington once said, small minds discuss other people. Uh, uh, and I can't remember the second part, but the third part he said, you know, great minds discuss ideas, and it's true. You look at your circle or the people that you know, and it's like, are you discussing other people? Or are you discussing ideas? And it's like, um, a lot of people, even when I get in prep for the shows or bodybuilding in general, or like when I talk to certain people, like I gotta watch who I talk to, because a lot of motherfuckers would think I'm bragging, or like they think I'm on some bullshit. I'm like, no, I'm talking about ideas. I'm talking about like investing in stocks, real estate, doing all this shit. It's like motherfuckers think I'm bragging about it. I'm like, no, I'm trying to level the fuck up. Like I'm trying to make it so like a nigga can retire and be straight and not have to do anything that I don't want to do for the rest of my natural life. And a lot of people will look at that and say, well, yeah, well, like he's cocky as shit. It's like, no, I'm not cocky, bro. It's like, nigga just know what he want, and I'm not afraid to put in that work to go get it. And at the end of the day, man, like the people I got, shit, my top four, that's the main, those are the mains, man. It's like, and I think when I say top four, they know who I'm talking about, you know, and it's simple, man. It's like go after what you want, man. It's like don't sit there and like, and even the attacking styles that I read off, it's like just because that was you growing up doesn't mean it's got to be you as an adult. Or just because that was you as a child doesn't mean doesn't mean that your children have to experience the same thing too. Um, at the end, because at the end of the day, man, all kids want to be is just accepted. Um, which brings me to my last point, bro. Y'all remember that video? Nah, I didn't post it to my YouTube channel, but I should have. Um, anyway, one of the gym bros, he asked me to speak to his son, and long story short, he was born with the belief his tendons were fused together as a baby. Like I said, genetic defect, and so he doesn't have the range of motion. So like us doing this, like turning our arm over and whatnot, he can't do that. And so I remember like the dad pulled me aside because like we was all in the gym working out. And he's like, yo, can you talk to my son real quick? And he's about 10. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I didn't know what he was going to say. And so he's like, and he said, hey, Bubs, show him your arm, And the son goes, oh, which one? And the dad goes, oh, the one you can't move. And I'm like, the fuck you talking about? And so he showed me, and I literally just like yo, I had to I was like, all right, how do I approach this? I was like, oh shit, I was put in the spot. I'm like, so it took me like 5 to 10 seconds, and the first thing that popped in my mind, I said it like, yo, I got a physical disability too, and and it's like, but as you can see, like that don't stop me, dog. It's like you just got to keep working, and it's like, and whatever it is, bro, just keep working. And like never let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, or not. Like never let anybody tell you that your goals are too big or too lofty, because those are the people that you want to stay away from. And I just reiterated to him, it's like just keep working, whatever it is you want to do, keep working, because hard work always pays off. And like I could just see in his face, because like the whole time I was working out, like he kept looking at me, and I'm like what's young blood, what's young blood looking at? And it was basically, it was the physical disability. And so and I seen him. When did I seen him? I was leaving the gym, and like as he seen me, and like he ran up to me and he hugged me, and he's like, I was like, hey man, what's going on? What's up with you? I mean, but it's like the fact that that he he knows somebody else who has a disability, and it's like, yo, and impact on that for him was great. What? Because I've always been told that I've been a inspiration to people, this and this. I'm like, man, whatever. And I was like, what y'all talking about? And then it was like I'm just Mikey, like I'm just gonna do what I do, right? But to have that interaction with with my boy's son, like yo, I told myself like yo, like you will put here, like you will put here on, put here to have impacts like that, and like it really doesn't matter, you know, what your background is or whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's like I'm here to be a positive impact, and it's like, yeah, a nigga may talk a lot of shit, but those who know I got them to the tune, man. It's like it's simple, dog. It's like I had a partner, my other partner of mine, hit me up the other day, and he's like, and he asked me like, yo, how you doing, this and this and that, because every Sunday I do the check-ins, and I'm gonna do the check-ins after this, and it's a scale of 1 to 10, how you living, how you feeling, and it's mental health check, man. And it's like I really appreciate that, because it's like it made me feel like yo, like I'm the one always doing the check-ins with people, and my partners, one of my partners is checking in with me to see how I'm doing, and I just told him like, hey, bro, I'm cool. I was like controlling what I can control, and everything else I'm leaving it up to the big homie, and And when I say that, like I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. It's like, yo, I'm just gonna control what I can control, which is my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, and situations, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. And at the end of the day, man, it's just it just we're all put here to be a positive impact, man. And it's like, regardless of our circumstances, regardless of our backgrounds, regardless of our educational level, hell, one of the smartest guys that I knew never had a high school education, but he researched everything. That man was a walking history book. Like he knew shit about shit but like you could ask him a question and boom, you know, like he just would know. And yeah, man, and like we're all put here on this earth to do one thing, man. Be a positive impact and leave a legacy that people can be proud of, man. But anyway, man, that's 26 of you. Damn, 26 minutes. Nigga was over rambling. Anyway, man. Hope y'all keeping it 4 Ps. Private player, positive, and pushing. I'll see y'all next week, man. I love y'all. Ghost.